So let's go back to your personal story again.
Yeah.
So after you're going, a few years. This is
Yeah.
going, and then at some point, as I said, the reaction is so strong that you're basically you're forced off the internet, basically.
Well, no, basically, I got off the internet. Then I was on Gab, and I'm sitting on Gab, and I'm talking about the Jewish power, Jew, and I started feeling poisoned. I literally deleted my. I said, I'm finished. So I told my wife,
You
I'm
you
done with
said it.
this.
You just started feeling it one day.
I felt poisoned about identity politics. Period. Like, I'm Italian. I'm a white person. I don't care about my body. I transcend. When I started doing the whole, I wrote the book. My book talks about transcending your ego.
Wait,
What does
wait, wait,
Dr.
wait,
What
but
does Dr.
hold on.
Laitman say about the ego? Everyone's
It-
egotistical.
right, but hold on. Just put it for
Yeah.
someone who's listening. You're going through this crazy rant against the Jews. At some point, you're starting to read Alan Watts, or what? Tell me how.
Well, so it's not just the Jews. I started criticizing white nationalists. I started criticizing everyone. Was all this? I pissed off every group, not just Jews. I pissed off every group. Hated
Is
me.
your wife happy with you at this point?
She's not political, but she understands where I'm coming from. But she knows, like my I have two sisters. One of them, I remember, I disowned for 5 years when I was Mr. White Nationalist because you race mixing. By the way, great kids, great family. Because you get told, oh, the genetics, or they're gonna. I fixed. So what I'm saying, I pulled myself out of this so-called extremist views. Me.
So
Most people,
you just
because
read
philosophically, by my own logic. Well, wait a minute. I pulled most people can't do that. So I'm very rare. They're
That's
going to
what,
go, oh no,
that
the
was my
book
point.
says. So I pulled myself out of these views.
But we can't
logically.
count on everybody else being.
You're
able
not gonna. You can't because most people don't think at all. They're emotional. Oh my God, us versus them, and that's it. And this goes for Jewish people and Gentiles. A lot of Jewish people, us versus them. Go look at these people. Like, oh no, we got to stop the Nazis. Who's a
Right.
Nazi? Well, that one is. Why? Because disagrees on one thing. So this tribalism is innate in all of us, but we have to. So my book, I talk about transcending tribalism, taming the ego, because the ego is looking for problems. It's afraid of death. It's afraid of all. So it'll make up problems. So even if there were no anti-Semites, you're going to make them up. Even if there were no Jews, you're going to make up some Jew controller no matter what. So that's why
maybe you're making this whole thing up, completely.
Right, so I transcended I'm not saying I don't have an ego. We all do, but you tame the ego like a dog. Shut up. Don't be afraid. I'm fine. So when I did that, I transcended everything. I started looking at my Gab. Like, what am I doing on Gab? I'm throwing up anger. I'm so angry, and because I can't speak anymore. I can't heal people. And then I said, I got to get off this internet. So that's why I got rid of my old name, not to hide my face. Look, here, everyone knows it's me. Not to do anything, but to literally say to myself, I am a different man now. If I'm truly going to transcend my former self, and by the way, I don't regret anything. Those are my lessons learned. If I didn't go through those things,
And
I
what
would
about
not
that
know.
community, that quote unquote anti-Semitic community that you were a part of? What do they think of your transformation?
Well, a lot of people know me that I'm like a person who helps any group who's doing the right thing. So I'm not going to disown my friends who think that there's anti-white hatred. There is, okay? But I'm not going to judge them either. But I don't associate with anyone who wants to collectively punish people, who hate
I
people.
mean, will you be looked down on because you talk to a bunch
I've
of
been I've been looked down on.